Hello, Sagittarius, and welcome to Scouts Tarot, where curiosity and the divine align. This is your January 2022 reading. Happy New Year. This is for Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. And as always, I apologize for any extraneous noises that you may hear, such as traffic sounds, sirens, trucks, blah, blah, blah. I live off a very busy road, and it is something that is outside of my control. But I digress. Let us slide into your reading. And the first card leading from December into this beautiful month of January is the Eight of Cups. So Sagittarius, the energy leaving the last year, 2021, was about manifestation, right? Being able to realize your ultimate fulfillment through the intentions that you set forth, right? That the divine will align with your highest, energies to match what you put out. So if your emotional state is, or expectation in life is, oh, this is never going to work out, they're never going to like me, this isn't going to go my way, blah, 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 then that's the energy that the universe will present to you. So I feel like there has been some growth for you, Sagittarius, in the month of December, that you put in some work and understanding what is it that you want out of your relationships, out of your work experience, out of your home life, whatever it may be. And now you're in 2022 and you're recognizing that you may have gotten some fulfillment out of those experiences, work, relationships, partnerships, etc. But you're leaving that behind, right? And this red code of the Eight of Cups individual is representative of being guided by passion, right? By an aspect of love even. And again, with cups being emotional fulfillment, it does represent for you this, at least how I'm reading it, how I'm feeling it, is you had to make a tough call from December into January, that you were like, you know what? I know as much as I enjoyed the 8 of the 10 cups that I received from that relationship, from that work experience, it's no longer fulfilling to me, right? That you're making a bold choice, that you're doing this in the light of day, right? This isn't, the cover at night. It is because it is the moon and the sun here together. To me, this is, you have embraced the emotional and the logical decision that you needed to make here. Both sides of that choice of like, it's toxic, this work experience. It is unhealthy, this relationship that I'm in, and it's affecting me emotionally and mentally, and I need to make that call. So I'm walking away from this, and I'm doing this knowing full well why I'm doing it. Which leads us to the Queen of Swords energy, right? You just decided this relationship no longer serves me, this friendship, this job experience, it doesn't serve me anymore. I decided to walk away. The Queen of Swords is like the act of walking away, right? That you have, the sword is up, you're slicing down, choice made, cut, done, like that's it. And there may be times where, throughout the month of January, someone may question that aspect, choice that you've made. Rely on that sun and moon, feminine, masculine, emotional, logical choice that you just made. Of like, yes, I know on the surface it may look like leaving that relationship was a bad choice, but for me, my lived reality was that this person was not good to me. They didn't respect my boundaries, blah, blah, blah. Like, why you make your choice, Sagittarius. Like, why would you leave that job? You had such a great setup there. Like, they got 401k, blah, blah, blah. Like, yeah, but I didn't get any respect in the office. The work that I did never, turned into what I wanted it to because of leadership or whatever it is. I didn't get the support that I was looking for. It wasn't good for me. It wasn't good for me emotionally. It wasn't good for me psychologically. And it wasn't good for me in most fashions, right? And as you're going through the month of January, Sagittarius, you may need to turn to that experience, and this is why I made this choice to walk away, and this is me making that choice, right? And as you're leaving the month of January and going into February, the Wheel of Fortune card, yes, it is definitely good luck card, good destiny card. It is about, continuing on the path of luck and fortune, but it can also mean acknowledging the balance between what you can control and what you can't control, right? That the wheel's going to spin. Like there's life as there is death, there is rebirth as well as an ending and all that, right? So the Queen of Swords energy here going into the Wheel of Fortune is logically and reasonably understanding why you need to walk away from a relationship. And then by doing so, knowing that, you know what, I can't control my partner. I can't control my work environment. I can't control who my leadership is or where my work goes or the impact that it has. But I can control the steps that I take in my life. And acknowledging that that is what having, destiny is, that you're able to choose your own destiny. Like, what is it, Terminator? No fate, but what we make. You're able to align your emotional fulfillment energies, the strong intentions that you created in December with your own destiny now. That by relying on the strength in your decision making, the lived reality that you had that no one else may have experienced from the surface level, like, you're crazy, what are you doing? You're like, I know what I'm doing. And by acknowledging this energy, you're allowing destiny to come in and be like, all right, we will now match what you're looking for, the passions that are driving you. The Wheel of Fortune card is giving your life the space for divinity to come in. Oh, this deck. All right. So, Sagittarius, let us slide into the Oracle of the Seven Energies deck so we can get some clarity around this 8 of Cups energy. And in my magic, spiritually aligned, what advice do we have for dear sweet Sagittarius? Oh, Jesus, okay, that's the card there. Celestial Divine. Oh, man. Keeping it fun, huh? All right, Shining Through. Oh, that is a beautiful looking card. Number 30. Number 30. Here we go. Okay, there we go. We're going to pop this guy over here. You are being called to step into your true power and essence. This is one of those times when you're required to bring everything you are, all that you've learned, experienced, and integrated, and offer it up in service to the world. Ooh, that's beautiful. When you take center stage, you will be noticed. Yes, as you shine brightly, you will naturally stand apart from the others. This idea may bring up excitement and genuine pride or discomfort, but this is not the time to make yourself small to avoid the glare of the spotlight and potential punishment by others. It takes courage, but you know that this is the right thing for you today. Oh yeah, that's definitely the 8 of Cups energy. This person in red making that call, right? To stand in the spotlight, like you choosing to walk away from something that may look pretty good. 8 out of 10 cups, it's not bad, Sagittarius, right? What are you complaining about, right? Like that kind of energy is what you may pick up from other people, but you know that you are being led by the truth within your experience, right? That you have to lean on what you've learned, experienced, and what you've integrated between those two things into your life, into your decision making. That yes, it's maybe at first it felt great, but now it's trash. Now it's not fulfilling anymore, and it's time to go. Okay, back to the book. You have come so far. Bam, look at that. You have been in the proverbial back of the room in learning and gathering mode for so long. And this important time has served its purpose. Exactly, right? You're finished. 8 of Cups, the cups aren't spilled and knocked over and broken and stuff, right? It's like, no, you recognize that you've gotten all that you can out of those cups. There's nothing more that you're going to get out of this. It no longer serves you, Sagittarius. So why are you waiting for 2 cups that are never, ever going to show up? You must now step into a new consciousness, seizing a new opportunity to share your wisdom, right? Queen of Swords energy. You know why you're making this choice. You know why you need to let go and walk away. You know why. And this is based off of your lived experience, right? And you have become wizened as a result of that experience. You will be like a lighthouse, shining through the dark, illuminating the way for others. Be careful of the voices in your head that say you can't, or you don't know enough, or who are you to shine? The better question is, who are you not to shine? All you are and all you have become is by the grace of the divine. Now it is your duty to share your gifts. Celebrate this. Oh yeah, definitely. You are being bold here, right? You are aligning with the true light within yourself, Sagittarius. That you are recognizing that this doesn't serve you anymore. So why are you going to stay in a space that is dull, dark, and dreary when you have so much to offer to the world, right? And you're now being led by that knowledge and that passion, taking you into this Queen of Swords energy, this recognizing your position here, that you can have control over this, right? Wheel of Fortune card is about acknowledging, where we do have control and where we leave it up to the fates. This is a part of control. You can control this. You don't have to stay where you're at. All right, we're going to use the Wisdom of the Hidden Realms deck to get some divine clarity on our Queen of Swords energy. I'm in my magic, spiritually aligned. What advice do we have for bittersweet Sagittarius, celestial divine? We're looking for one card, please. One card, por favor. Oh, that was close. All right, what advice do we have for Sagittarius as they make, okay. Too many cards. That was like 3 or 4. All right, let's separate that a little bit. Very glossy cards, very glossy. Yeah, you're on a deep journey here, Sagittarius. Like, you may have been holding out with these 8 cups for a while. I mean, and why not? You're 2 cups away from perfection, right? You're that 10 of Cups energy, that ultimate emotional fulfillment. You were right there. So why not hold on a little longer, see what comes about? But you see, you've been here, you've been in this space long enough. It doesn't serve you anymore. If anything, staying is worse than going at this point, right? And you may need to sit back and really consider what is it costing you to stay? And if you get to that point where you're like, yeah, I don't get to be my authentic self in this space. I don't get to live up to my own expectations. This isn't what I want. This isn't what I'm looking for. This isn't what, resonates and vibes with me. I need to make that call. And now we're in this Queen of Swords energy throughout the month of January. I'm like, now what does that look like in this space of trying to either rationalize with other people who may be like, girl, guy, you what? You crazy, bruh. How could you leave? That was such a good setup. Or whatever it is. Because people will see 8 cups out of 10. You'll be like, yo, count your blessings, you got that far. When you're like, pedo like, yeah. But let's see if we can get one card for dear sweet Sagittarius. All right, let's see what we're working with here. And normally when it does take a while for a card to show up, it does mean that it's been an overarching energy here. It's been a long-term impact. Being able to make a choice, that Queen of Swords energy, to be confident and strong and bold in that choice can be hard when there is that worry and fear of what others may say or think, or the repercussions, the consequences of such a big choice. And it is something you need to consider, because who wants to, choose to leave something that's pretty good, right? Sometimes it's just easier with the status quo. Why change it? But if you know it doesn't serve you anymore, Sagittarius, and that it's really now becoming more of a detriment to you than it has than say what is it called? The satisfactory, award or whatever it's called, then yeah, you got to make that call. Interesting. But if this, has not been a call that you could make before, maybe that's what's different. Ooh, and what is it called? What is it? What is the card? The River Queen. And right at the top, it says letting go. So that is number 36. So we got another 3 up in here. Okay, come on. One more. All right. The River Queen. The River Queen flows into your life as an ally to remind you about the concept of allowing and the law of non-attachment, right? 8 of Cups. This is perfect, perfect, perfect. Remember that all rivers come from the mountains and run to the sea to be absorbed by the larger body of water. There, the liquid evaporates into clouds that rain on the mountains to continue an endless cycle of fluidity, right? Wheel of Fortune energy. Look at this. The River Queen requires you to be fluid and to let go of rigidity and perfectionism. You will travel far as long as you let go and let flow. Even maneuvering around the greatest blockages, like water streams around big boulders. No obstacle can hold you back now if you're willing to surrender to the natural flow of events. Ooh, this is all 3 cards here, man. Right? Letting go and moving on. Just going with the flow here. Queen of Swords energy. As this is allowing you to let go, not of the rigidity and perfectionism, but of the expectations around your decision, right? That people are building these obstacles around you to make you either feel bad or second guess the choice that you've made, right? Like, you know that the choice that you need to make here is based off of your lived experience. If you know that the job no longer serves you, like, it's great that you're making money, but if you know you can do this work elsewhere and have the impact that you want to have, then that's the choice you need to consider making, right? And if you're in a relationship where you know that there's somebody out there who could appreciate the love that you have to offer more, or that the way you're being received in your relationship is not what you want anymore and it's just not progressing forward, then again, that's a choice you need to consider. And after you've made your choices here, Sagittarius, to not let those naysayers to be like, girl, you crazy, or bro, what were you thinking? Like, those voices, that's the rigidity and perfectionism that I'm hearing here. People who are going to come in and try to make you second guess yourself. You have made a choice and it's for a reason. And if they don't understand that, then that's on them, not on you, right? So let's see. Be easy on yourself and on others and watch how smoothly you move forward. You may be surprised where the river takes you, right? And then that cycle, the water cycle that the book was explaining perfectly, right? It's what can you control, what can't you control, right? You can maneuver around the obstacles that people present to you, the things that make you second guess the choices that you've had to make for your own emotional and sanity, and to match your true intentions, right? That being led by passion and ambition and love, even to where you want to be in the world, that you're allowing not just the letting go aspect come into play with the Wheel of Fortune of just letting it flow, but then also allowing yourself to maneuver around the obstacles where people try to get you to question your own choices. And that is that part of control that is present. Like, you can control how you react to other people's comments and criticisms and stuff like that. You can control how you react. Like, you're right. I could have stayed in that job. I could have stayed in that relationship. But why would I do that if it doesn't serve me, if it doesn't have the impact that I'm looking for, if they don't respect me, if it's not emotionally fulfilling? Why would I have stayed in a relationship like that? And then let it go. Go with the flow. You've made your choice. Lean into it, right? And allow the river to guide you into this Wheel of Fortune energy, into the fateful hands of the universe. And so now we will ask the Super Attractor cards for our final oracle card, our final advice for the month of January for Sagittarius. And in my magic, spiritually aligned, what advice do we have for good or sweet Sagittarius celestial divines? Okay, let's see what we're working with here. Can we get one card, please? And again, with that River Queen energy, the fact that it took so long to come out, to me, is just like jumping up and down, screaming at me that you not being shaped by other people's opinions has been work for you. You being able to feel confident in the choices that you make for yourself has been difficult when there have been other voices, perhaps stronger voices, trying to get you to stick around here or hang on a little while longer, or what's the big deal? Like those kinds of voices that may have kept you from moving on earlier, right? Or seeing the warning sign sooner, stuff like that. Or leaping up at another opportunity that may have come your way. That people are like, I mean, sure, that looks like a good setup, or yeah, that would be an interesting partnership for you to look into, but you had something decent over here. Why fuck that up, right, Sagittarius? Ooh, there we go. All right. And here we are. As soon as I choose to see the light in the dark corners, I redirect my power towards what I want. This is River Queen energy yet again, right? The dark corners being the obstacles, right? The naysayers, the criticisms that you may receive for the decisions that you make to walk away from something, right? That when you see like, okay, yeah, I know, I see it coming. I already see somebody saying whatever. I'm not going to give that any power. I'm not going to let that have control over me. I'm not going to make it have power over me. The Wheel of Fortune card, again, is about destiny, the hand of fate. And when you turn that wheel, you're controlling the fact that it's spinning. You don't get to control where it stops, where it lands, right? But as long as you're willing to spin that wheel, Sagittarius, as long as you're willing to, make the call for yourself, if it doesn't fulfill you anymore, if it's not having the impact that you want, recognize why it's not doing that. Don't let the naysayers trip you up and make you go back or take up something that still doesn't serve you, and allow the universe to guide you to what you want, because that's where you're directing your energy, right? You're looking towards what you want, not what you don't want, not what you're afraid of. That's not what this is about. You're looking for that which serves you, letting go with what doesn't, and moving towards that which will serve you in the long run. Because that's what, fulfilling our destiny is about. It's aligning with the spiritual pact that we have with ourselves and with the divine to get to that point that is our ultimate fulfillment, and allowing ourselves to walk away and to understand why we did so, and not letting the people around us who may criticize and block us from moving forward is the best way for us to get to that which fulfills us. I hope that made sense. I hope that resonated as well. This has been your January 2022 reading, Sagittarius. Please do like, share, and subscribe, and I shall see y'all in February.